Hey, Jason Small here, United Country Land Pros on the We Know Dirt podcast with Brian Atkins. We're sitting here today. I guess it's the 26th of March, 28th of March. You know what day it is. We just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about some of the stuff we have going on. Been a really busy month, maybe one of the busiest months of March we've ever had. I think we had on my board. I think I've got 17 under contract, something like that. And in this next week, we start closing a bunch of those out, and I think there's like six or eight farms closing next week. You know, a couple, 300 or 400 acres, and it's getting going pretty good. And the market's strong. I mean, it's about you wouldn't think with the kind of interest rates. You know, we're looking at. I heard 6.65 today, and I had to give 7.25. The farm we bought there at that auction last month. So I know interest rates are plenty high for farms, but it still seems like it's chugging right along. There was an auction here in Scotland County outside of town here, brought 12.1 an acre.
Auction just happened 2 days ago right here in Davis County, right across the line.
Yep, brought with 13.
Right at 13 with the buyer's premium.
Yep, 13 with a 5% buyer premium. So stuff's still moving pretty good, and hunting farms are selling good. Selling a few pasture farms. We do have a couple pasture farms for sale still, and got a little bit. Our inventory is really getting down there, though. We need some more listings. We've sold about everything.
Working 2 deals today. One that we're going back and forth on offers with, and Tyler's showing a farm right now. And
Yep. There's a lot of stuff. Of course, it's 75 degrees and the wind's blowing 100 miles an hour, which is pretty normal this time of year. It's just how we get going. But yeah, and Talia just listed a nice house there in Clark County, northern Clark County, north of Wayland, down off in south of Revere in that area. We had sold it before, probably 4 or 5 years ago. 3-bed, 2-bath, super nice house, pretty little house, just about 2 acres, got a basement under it, 4,000 square foot home, super, super nice. So if you're looking for something in that area, you can give Talia a shout about that thing. And then old boy's looking at he's went and looked at a real nice farm over in Putnam County. We're trying to get put together and hopefully have some more stuff coming on that. You guys just listed 60 acres in Mercer County.
yeah.
That's a farm that one of our good clients and friends have, and you guys have hunted that farm, and it's got a heck of a deer history on it. Some tillable. What's the scoop on it?
That it does. 60 acres there, right north of Canesville, and it's south access. It's got 40 acres being farmed. A reputable farmer been put on it. You know, that was one of them deals when he had first bought it. McBee's had it, and you know, I don't know if people keep up with it or not, but from my understanding and from what I watched and you watched, McBee's they had to auction off all their tillable ground.
That was one of the
farm
ones.
leases. Yeah, that was one of them, and a guy out of Iowa took the lease over on it, so it's got a reputable farmer on it.
What's
now,
it getting an acre on that?
It's 180.
180.
And there's a couple good deer left from this past year that me and Tyler was looking for. Tyler actually killed a mature, what we thought was the oldest deer over there, just a big old wide 10-pointer.
Kind of a coal buck.
Yeah, kind of a coal buck. We passed some good 4-year-olds, and I got high hopes for it, and that's what it really kind of stung whenever he called and said, it's time, need to sell it here. But hey, that's what we do.
Yeah. So that's on the market now.
And it will sell free and clear of a hunting lease.
Yeah. It's one of those pieces that sits in there, there's on the farm, there's not a tremendous amount of hunting, just good bedding to the north and to the east and good access there. Got a pond on it, part of a pond.
Nice
I think it's
pond.
split. Yeah,
split down the middle pretty much.
But Mercer County, it's in the right neighborhood for sure. What else we got going on?
We've got the buyers. We need some listings.
Yeah, we got some guys looking for some big farms in southern Iowa.
We're looking anywhere from 200 acres all the way up to 1,200 acres. I mean, like it's we got some guys looking for some good stuff, but it's hard to find. We need the sellers.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. We're making a push now to try to get some more listings to get out there, but it's crazy how strong it is. The way things are right now. But turkey season's right around the corner. That's coming up. I think youth season's the 12th and 13th of April in Missouri. Yeah. So before you know it, we'll be smacking some turkeys. And we're talking about doing some production this time, whether we do a competition, split up and have a competition, or just go out and film a bunch of turkeys dying. We're going to do that and try to get it on a podcast series and get in here and talk about it. And then
we have looked at a couple farms this week about listing and all, and
we've got an auction piece coming. We're not going to give too many details out till we get it on the website. But we've got an auction piece coming in Missouri, and then looked at a few other farms in that area. You know, potentially having a big farm for sale there.
Yeah, it's one of them deals that I really hate hearing these kind of stories because it happens quite often. But a gentleman bought this farm as an investment, and come to find out, there was more acres advertised, tillable acres, and what it was, he bought it sight unseen. And this is why it's so important to have an agent that you can trust, like even for a buyer, using a buyer's agent. You know, we went through a time period there, Jason, to where you couldn't use a buyer's agent. You couldn't, because things was selling so quick. Mm-hmm. There's some realtors that
wouldn't deal with
they didn't want to deal with a buyer's agent. So it got into the habit to where buyers would just go directly to that realtor so that they could get it bought. And you know, this is the kind of thing where it's so crucial that you need someone you can trust. But this gentleman, I felt so bad for him because he wanted to know what his farm was worth and what he could get for it. And me and you went out there, spent about 2.5 hours on it. Mm-hmm. Pulled comps. You know, we've sold a bunch of stuff in that area anyways, but still pulled comps and all, and even talked with some neighbors. And you know, and we told him, and then he told us his story on what's happened to him. And you know, and we see it all too often, and just a lot of people don't know. And by no means are we trying to bash any other realtors. You know, we'd never call no names or anything like that, but it's just something that I feel like that people just need to know, that there's value to having a buyer's agent. There's value to having the right realtor, mm-hmm. you know, to help represent you and be honest with you. But yeah, he bought the farm, and it had about 80 to 90 acres less tillable than what he bought it with. And it had a cash rent on it that was stuck out here for a couple of years. He got 1 year of that and can't even find a farmer to farm it. And I don't know, when me and Jason pulled up on it, it's a pasture farm is what it is, but it's
farming the ridges and you can farm some of it in pretty good shape, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, it happens a lot, you know, over in that country, and farming stuff that had not be farmed, putting big cash rents on it to flip the ground, and this guy's the one left holding the bag. And you know, when the market's been going up like it has, that's okay, it all works. Yeah. But once it starts to level off, and he's in good shape. I mean, he's in good shape.
He's in decent shape.
But for what it was, it just wasn't what was represented, and you hate to hear that. And it really gives everybody a bad name. You know, everybody thinks that goes with, you know, all realtors are like that, and it's not the case.
That's what happens. It pisses everybody off at all of us, you know. And I mean, that's something that we all try to pride ourselves in, is that, you know, we're going to be honest with you. Yeah. I mean, I know that we've walked away from listings simply because cash rents didn't make sense to us.
Right.
You know, and
that's the name of the game, is having somebody that's, you know, a reputable farmer and with a realistic cash rent, and you know, the thing is we're gonna be in this business a long time. That's, you know, it's gonna be I'm not gonna do anything different. I don't want to go back to building fence, that's for sure. Yeah. So I don't want to have people out there that want to kill me. You know, whenever I tell them something that's not true, even if I have a contract that says it is, I'm going to question it. You know, if it's not right, if that farm's laying 14 to 40, and they're saying they're getting $180 or $200 an acre cash rent. Smells like a rat, you know, looks like a rat. It's probably a rat, you know.
That's what I was explaining to him. You know, I said, well, did anybody get you the FSA maps, or where did you come up with these acres from? Well, that's what I was told. This is what the realtors told me.
And we don't know exactly how that all went down and how it was said.
So this is all just coming from a potential seller, you know. But I was explaining to him how, you know, hey, look, if you sign with me today to list your farm, we've got to go pull the deed on it.
Yep.
We're going to pull the deed. We're going to get you to sign a document that gives us permission to access your FSA records there for the Farm Service Agency. So it's not what I call the acres. It's not what you call it.
Right.
This
So
is what
mapped
is on
acres,
record. And that's part of the job of a
and it can change a little bit, when
Yeah.
you got somebody gets out there in a planter with GPSs
Yeah.
now, like, I can tell exactly down to the 10th of what we
where
planted.
they're not planting waterways and all that.
Correct.
But it's not going to be 90 acres, 95 acres, 80 acres.
Well, I mean, you talk
It
about
ain't
that,
gonna be
$200 an acre, 90 acres, that's $18,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's not not a little thing.
No,
So,
that's something that,
but there's definitely value in having an honest, a real estate agent. And hey, some of that is some of the agents that work out here and sell some of the dirt out here don't know anything about a farm.
Yeah,
and never
that's
rode a
right.
tractor before. If they did, it was just with Grandpa's knee when they was little kids. That's it. So we farmed enough, growing up and all the way through. I mean, we're getting ready to get our planter ready now. The guy's supposed to come today to set it up. We kind of know what's what, and in this whole northern tier of Missouri and southern tier of Iowa, we have a good feel for it, and so it is worth it. If you're looking, don't just take one person's word for it, and get the information and do your due diligence, because that gentleman did buy it sight unseen.
I did.
He took somebody's word for it, and it wasn't a time where you had to buy it. It's either buy it or don't, because somebody else is going to buy it. And he unfortunately got caught in trap, and he's going to be okay, and we're going to get the farm sold for him if that's what he wants to do, and he'll come out okay. But it could have been bad.
It
could have
very
been.
well could have. And,
So, but that's beat the drum. We beat the drum on that a little bit. It's just not everybody's created equal, and just because somebody's got their, they've got a picture of a deer horn behind behind them or whatever in their profile picture doesn't mean they know anything about about that kind of stuff. So
I don't know. Like I said, I think that's our goal of trying to keep them updated with the podcast and all. By no means are me and you or anybody in this office no big names to hear about that get searched on the internet all the time. But what we are trying to do is we're just trying to inform people. Mm-hmm. We're not sitting here saying we're the best. We're just saying we're trying to be informed. We're honest. I know what I can offer. I know what our company can offer. Mm-hmm. I know with our national marketing. And I mean, we are the
national marketing with local expertise, and that's the biggest thing you get with us is the local expertise. We know a lot about the farm. We probably know somebody that's farmed the dang thing, or we know somebody that does. We have the content. If we're from here, and
so it's all about just giving information so that everybody. Because I know I love getting information to try to make the best informed decision I can, and hey, I welcome anybody anytime looking to buy or sell. Call me, call Tyler, call Jason, call any of us. Give us like a job interview. Question us, whatever you want. Whatever you want to know. Like I'm one of them kind. Vet everybody. Just
absolutely. It's inform your clients and inform the public of that kind of stuff. So it's just something that people need to really take heed to. And like you said, they could be working a deal with somebody else. If they want an opinion, they can call us, and they're going to get the honest truth, and that's all we can really do. So, but that was one of the farms we looked at this week, and hopefully we can get something going on that, and I don't know. It's a busy time of year for sure.
It has been. It's been pretty slammed, and me and Tyler's been around in between not showing farms and writing contracts, which I wish that was just every single day, 365 days a year. But we've been going around mowing corn down and getting fertilized put out and getting stuff ready to.
You about Bomar'd yourself the other day and burnt your truck down.
That is a fact. Bush hog caught on fire, burned about 30 acres of CRP. But hey, like we called the client, we told him, we said, look, we done you a uncontrolled strategic burn, because we burn all the CRP to where you can see it from the deer stand, but it can't be seen from the road. We got it stopped there, and
fire department helped out big.
Yes, they did. And me and Tyler, we beat out a bunch of fire with our hoodies. We did save the deer stand though.
But the DR, what it's called,
DR bush hog that goes behind the four-wheeler.
She gone.
Toast. Absolutely toast.
Extra crispy.
But I've got one farm left that we got to get fertilized on, but we've got all these farms ready to rock and roll. We got all the clover for all seeded. we're getting seed ordered now, waiting on it to come in, and so yeah, here we're gonna be ready to burn down.
And you
here.
guys are talking about planting this year mostly forage beans.
Yeah, we had really good luck last year with it with these farms where it's 2-3 acre plots and the deer just destroy. We had really good luck with the forage beans.
Yeah. And it can happen even without the forage beans, but they come back a little better, I guess.
They do. They sucker off and they get nipped, keep growing.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, so we just constantly thinking about deer hunting. Been doing a lot of scouting, moving a lot of farms, trying to find land, and we're fixing to go to killing a bunch of turkeys.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That's probably my favorite. Honestly, I'd probably about rather kill a turkey than anything. Elk hunting's pretty fun, but I like to kill deer. But turkey hunting, you control so much more.
Oh yeah, we put in for our elk tags here this month.
And why Montana?
Yeah, so I'm hoping to draw that elk tag, and
I'd like to go elk hunting again. I killed that one in 2020 with my bow, but I haven't had a chance to go, and now with helping with football and stuff like that, my falls are pretty busy early on, so September's the time to go do that. And until we're done with that in a couple of years, it'd be tough for me to go. But it's you've never been, but going elk hunting with a bow it's unlike anything you've ever done before.
That's what I'm ready to do. That's what Tyler says.
It's probably going to be a bad deal for you because once you go, everything else is going to be over with. It's going to be done with. It's hunting an 800-pound turkey that can smell, and when they butte, when that bull come around the corner that I killed, he come around about 45 yards. I was sitting in a stand over a water hole, and he come around the corner, and he come around this big pine tree, and he had to turn his head to get around it. He's not huge, but he's like a 310 bull. Yeah. And hey, I'd never been elk hunting before, so it was like the second day, and I thought, oh my goodness, he come in there and I got him killed. But it's a rush, that's for sure. It's awesome, and the way they bugles like a turkey, getting close and gobbling on you, but it's just a different feel, So, but anyway, so I guess that's kind of
that's where we're at.
Where we're at here this week. Into March, I guess it'll be April before you know it, and we'll be killing some turkeys. But it's a busy time. If you know anybody looking to sell, I mean, even houses, and I think Talia sold 2 or 3 houses here in this last week. She's closed in Memphis.
That commercial building there on the square.
Commercial building. So it's not just talking about farms. I mean, houses are moving too, and the real estate's really pretty busy, and you wouldn't think it would be, but it's been pretty strong. So if you're thinking about selling, it's still a great time. We probably will hit the summer lull that we generally get in July and August when people get on vacations and get back to school, but right now is a great time, and we can get some stuff sold for you. If you're thinking about selling or know anybody that is, give us a shout. 660-465-2971, or check us out at the website www.weknowdirt.net. We'll see you.